Alright, what's up, bitches? So, I want to talk about the controversial Starrcade 98 main event between Goldberg and Kevin Nash, and kind of give my own views on the decision. Now, I saw this main event live as a little kid, and to this day, it's still one of the dumbest decisions WCW ever made. Now, I understand that to some fans, Goldberg's undefeated streak was getting stale, and Goldberg couldn't stay undefeated forever, but the problem was Goldberg never got his heat back. Nash lost the title a week later in a match referred to as the infamous finger poke of doom, which I'll do a video on pretty soon, and is what fans consider to be the night WCW started its long sad run of going out of business. Now, the reason why Goldberg's streak ended was so that way Hogan could get his title back, and this was at a time when fans were getting sick of Hogan. And to me, it was a pretty pointless decision to have Kevin Nash go over, and a pretty dumb way to end the streak. Some say Kevin Nash didn't have creative control over this match, but I really think he did because Nash was months away from officially being the booker, but was already groomed for the role and had a heavy influence on Eric Bischoff, which led to him ending the streak. And this was confirmed in a shoot interview by Nash himself, so there you have it. And of all the things WCW could have done to end Goldberg's streak, giving it to an already established star in Kevin Nash did absolutely nothing. Creatively, you can point to this match and see why WCW ultimately died a little over 2 years after this show. But it should have been in the hands of a hot heel who was on the come up, or a new babyface that WCW was pushing. A few examples I can give you are Booker T, Scott Steiner, and DDP. But instead, Nash won in a convoluted match featuring interference from Bam Bam Bigelow, Disco Inferno, and a taser-wielding Scott Hall, only to lose the title to the once again infamous Finger Poke of Doom match. And there are a lot of guys from WCW, both the superstars and management, who will point to Time Warner having no love for WCW as the reason why the company failed. And a lot of this is true, but WCW also lacked a lot of featured acts once Goldberg's streak ended. Once Goldberg turned into just another guy on the roster, screwed by the tactics of the NWO. Thus, the company left with a lot of unpushed talent, and the same old names were left on top once again. And just 2 months after this, WCW would go back to Ric Flair versus Hogan as the main event rivalry. I don't think it's controversial to say that Goldberg never recovered from this loss, because the rest of his career was mostly forgotten following this defeat. But then again, I think in retrospect, the fact that his build or push was strictly centered around the streak was kind of a bad move, because once he loses, the allure is gone. Because of that, I think that regardless of who beat him for the title, it would have gotten shit after all these years later. And that's pretty much all I have to say about this, but what do you guys think? Was it a dumb move for WCW to end the streak? Just let me know down below, but anyways, I'll see you next time, guys. Later.